Good evening. Welcome to Diann's Keyboard. It's that addition time that we all like, and we're all here with Diann McAllister. Hi, Diann.
Hi! Well, you noticed me on my teaching piano. I had a request over the computer, email, and she wanted to know the scales and the chords. What she's trying to do is she's trying to prepare songs by chording and scaling. So I told her, I says, I'll tape it and I'll send it through you by mail, by mail. Those of you who are out of state, they can pick it up on the computer, which is www. I forgot it now.
WTV10.org.
Say that one more time, cameraman.
www.WTV10.org. We're on every Wednesday night between 6 till 6:30. And from 10:30 to 11 a.m. in the morning on Friday. So you can see us anytime on the computer.
And then plus on the YouTube.
This is something new for us too. On the YouTube is if you go to WTV10 and you see where it says special shows. So go up, check up on top, and it says special shows from TV10. You'll see a lot of other TV shows that we do have on show besides Diann's Keyboards. Okay, Diann, take it away.
Okay, now in this music, I have this adult book. It's level 1, adult piano students. It's by David Carr Glover. It's Glover. So I know, it all depends on how much I have into the show. We're going to talk to G major, C major, G major, and F major. Those are the three I have in this book that I have picked out.
Sounds like spaghetti to me.
Well, yes and no. Okay, so what we're going to do, when you see a sign, a C sign in your key signature, that means it's called common time. And the common time is either way that indicates 4/4 time signatures. That's when you see this sign, that means it's 4 counts to a measure. So you have, if the camera can focus on the music here, I am pointing out, now these are all quarter notes. In this right here, it's called a bar or a measure. And you have again, so it's got 4 counts here, and 4 makes a continuation of 8. This right here is also the same amount of keyboards. Down to the last line, you have a whole note. Plus, you have a dotted half note. Now, a dotted half note gets 3 counts, and plus you have a quarter rest. So what you're going to do, you want to start out with scaling in C major. First, take your C major scale. That's your C major scale. It's written off for you. First you take 1, 2, 3, then bring your thumb under. Then you place your fingers onto your hand. Place the fingers onto the keys, and you have 5 fingers. Now you want to go down and descend and go down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you have 8 notes in your scale and 5 fingers on your hand. So what you're going to do, you bring your third finger over and hit the E. Then you have the remaining keys to play with. Now on the left hand, you have 5 fingers. You're starting out with 5 fingers. Now you want to bring your third finger over and play the A, and then B and C. Now descend, you want to do it the opposite. You want 1, 2, 3. Now bring your thumb under your third finger of your hand and put your thumb on G, and then put your remaining hand onto the keyboard and go G, F, E, D, C. Now let's do that again. So this way you don't want to hesitate when you're playing your music. You want to keep it nice and smooth. First do your right hand a couple of times. I would say about 3 or 4 when you're practicing. So I won't have time to do it in the show today, but I will just do it once. You don't want to stop, folks. You want to continue on. Most of my students hesitate when they do that. They go, then they trying to think, what am I going to do next? You know, you don't want to do that. You want to keep it nice and smooth. Now, scaling in C major. Now you have a repeat sign. A repeat sign means you want to play it more than once. I would say twice. Okay, so now let's work on the timing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oopsie daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and rest. At the ending, you have a quarter note and another quarter note. 2 and 2 makes 4. Okay, so that's why with the kids, they have to be at least 7 to play the piano. Okay, now let's talk about the chords. Now here, you just played the C major scale. Now all the chords are based in thirds. So you go 1, and then you're going to back up here. You have a whole step. From C to D is a whole step, is a half step, What are we doing here? Oh, yeah. A whole step, and then a half step will be, and then go up to G sharp, or F sharp. Doesn't really matter. Now, those are half steps. This is a whole step. So when you're doing your scale, you're doing it all in a whole step. Okay, now let's talk about the thirds. So you got thirds. You're playing your scale. Okay, 1, 3, 5. And skip each note as you do it along, and you get that C, E, and G. That's a C major chord. Okay, same thing with your left hand. Playing it with your C, E, and G. Press it down, and you get a C major chord. Now, if you want to use your damper pedal, you see how the piano vibrates. That's the piano, that's the pedal on your right hand side. Now if you want to bring it down, just hit it with your pad, with your damper. Now this is what it would sound like. Those are your chords in Happy Time. Now I'm going to play Happy Time. That's Happy Time, based on C major scale. Okay, now let's talk about the G major scale. Now we're adding, now you want to look in the key signature again, and you will have a little tic-tac-toe. Like, you know, in school you have X's and O's. Well, this is like a tic-tac-toe, but it's called a sharp. Okay, so you want to take your thumb and place it on G. To make a little handicap, I would advise you put some tape or something on your key so you know where you're at. Or get a little small sign and place it behind your keyboard so you know exactly where your keys are at. I usually tell my students to put a little sign in back. You can pick them up in any music store. Okay, so now we want to put your thumb on G. Same fingering like you did before. But instead of using the F natural, you want to go a half a step up and play the F sharp. Now you want to descend and come on down. Then you want your chord is 1, 3, 5. That's your chord. Now you want to do the same fingering with your left hand. Use the 5 fingers. You use the F sharp. Now descend and go down. Bring your thumb under. Now 5, 3, and 1. Okay. Now in scaling, what happens if you don't play that F sharp? Listen to it. Now this is what you call playing by ear. You're playing by note first, then you're playing by ear while you're listening to what you're playing. Now you see how the piano sounds a little off. Okay, now I'm going to descend and play it right. Now hear the difference? Now scaling in C major. Hear the difference? I did that on purpose. Rise and shine. Now you want to put it to music using a G major chord and a G major 7th chord. Adding an F sharp, and then it's the same thing, but you're keeping the D, C, and F sharp. Those are the chords you'll be using. Now here it goes. see in your music, you will see a sign DSALFINE, Feeney. That means you want to go back until you find the word Feeney. Well, you had the double line. Now my pointer is pointing to the middle of the page. Sometimes you will find in your music that the song will end in the middle of the page. And sometimes you will find that the scale will transpose into a different key. So it's important, very, very important, folks, to know your scales. So that's G major scale. Okay? If you have any questions, you can email me on the computer or always call the station, which is
248-682-0401, and leave a message there.
Or else call me at my home, 248-481-6118, or my cell, 248-933-1740. If you have any questions or if I'm going too fast. Okay, now I'm talking about the F major scale. Now the sharps go towards the right of the keyboard. Those are all sharps. Now the flats go to the left of the keyboard. And so forth. So now we're playing an F major scale. Put your thumb on F and do the same fingering like you did before. But instead of hitting the B, hit the B flat. Now in the F major scale, you're going to land on your fourth finger, where your ring finger is. So I have a ring on, so you want to put your fourth finger on F. Now 3, 2, 1. Now instead of crossing over with your third finger, because you're going to run out of fingers, take your fourth finger, then you have fingers to play with. Let's repeat that again. Now see, my fourth finger is on B flat. Coming down, you got to match that up. Now bring your thumb under and put your C. Now take your hand, put it on the keyboard. Now your fourth finger lands on F, right? Right. Okay, so go down and play your F, E, D, C. Now, if you bring your third finger over, you're going to run out of keys. You see what I did? I ran out of keys. So you want to use 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your fourth finger over and hit the B flat. Now you have the fingers to play with. Now what happens if you don't hit that B flat? It's the same thing you hit in G. Here it sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? Okay, so let's do it the right way. Now the left hand is the same thing. Now see what happens? I didn't use the B flat. Now it's the same thing. That's scaling in F major scale. Now if you want to put it into music, you want to use your chord. Okay, your F major chord is F, A, and C. And your left hand is the same thing. Then you want a V7. And add your B flat. Now add your B flat when you're playing the F, B flat, and D. Take a pen and pencil and write these notes down if you have a problem. Now, don't write it in ink and pencil. You can erase but pen you cannot. So E, B flat, and C. A and F. Okay, so let's play Toy Bugle in F major scale. Gets half the timing of a quarter note. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Hold the right hand down, and your left hand's going to do your counting for you. So let's repeat that. G major, and F major scale. Okay, so I think that's about it, cameraman.
Yeah, you got about 5 minutes left.
I hate to do D major because I don't think I have that much in the show to do. Maybe next time. Okay, so let's cover what we had done. Okay, first we covered C major scale. End of this book. You can, by the way, you can buy this book at any music store. Now, I usually buy my music from Evola. Okay, so we talked about the whole step and the half step. You have a diagram here. It says here, whole step, and it's got a little U. And then you got a half a step, which means you're just landing and going up. Or take it and going to F sharp. F and F sharp. Down here, you have your pedal work. You want to put your pedal down. Then when you see this little TP, you bring your pedal up and then you bring it down again. Then you bring it up and down. And then when you get to your whole step, it's a division, which you want to take from your little finger, and you want to go up. You use your little teepee. I'll show you. Okay, first you want to take bring your pedal down. My shoes, my feet slip on my pedals. Okay, first put your pedal down, and leave it down until you play the next note. Bring your pedal up. Then bring it down again. Bring your pedal up when you strike the E. Now bring it down and when you play your F. Now you got a whole step diversion. So what you want to do, you want to bring your thumb under and play your pedal down. Then bring it up when you hit the A. Now bring it down. Now bring it up again when you hit the B and C. Or you want to hit the third. That's called the C major chord. And then we talked about scaling in C major. Now you want to do contrary motion. Now you want to do parallel, which means you want to go both hands. That's parallel. Now you want to do contrary. One hand's going one direction, the other one hand's going the other direction. Now on this one you want contrary. That means when you follow your notes, if you see your right hand going down and your right hand going up, it's called contrary. It's reversing. Okay, well I guess my bell ringer in also. I guess I'm going to have to end the show. So this is Diann McAllister from Diann's Keyboards, and I hope I answered some of your questions by doing an instructional show. And I'll see you next week. So bye now and take it real easy.
Bye, Diann, and see you next time on Diann's Keyboards.